give you some background on what proactive is all about. I want you to imagine yourselves, or imagine a child that's 7 years of age, in the morning, in bed, early morning. You know, that's the safest a child feels in their room, right? That's the safest point they are. But this morning's a little bit different. You see, when he opens his eyes, the room is shaking. His drawers are opening. The cabinets are waving open. And the books start to fall. The doors of the window just flap open. He is in shock. He can't move. Luckily for him, a good Samaritan, a neighbor across the street, runs to the second floor where he's at, picks him up, carries him downstairs, and he sees the stairs going up and down like that. What just happened? An earthquake had happened. He had no clue. What he didn't know till later on was that if he had not been picked up by that good Samaritan, the bookcase fell on top of the bed. Right by the pillow. He would have died. He then later realized that when there's an earthquake, you have to go through one of those entrances and cover yourself, because everything else in the house will fall. It was October 3rd. It's very vivid to this kid's memory. That was me. That's how vivid it is in my imagination. So that's what I'm going to talk about proactive. We are so lucky here that our biggest fear is hurricanes. Hurricanes. That's the only thing we really have to worry about here in Florida. Yet only 40% of Floridians prepare. 2 weeks out, only 40% prepare. And 30% don't prepare at all. These are facts. So we're going to talk about hurricanes. I know you all heard of it already, but it starts 3 months from now. But that's what being proactive is. Let's prepare now. This is the outline. We're going to talk about hurricanes, conditions, terms, the cone, the Saffir-Simpson. We're going to talk about protection, and then we're going to summarize it. So what is a hurricane? We all know, we all seen them, right? Well, a hurricane basically is a cyclone storm that is developed out in the ocean, so you all know. Mainly in this tropical system that we're at. The typical speeds are 74 miles per hour, but there has been, and Theo could help me later on with this, there has been some that have formed which is 60 miles an hour and they have grown. So it's really amazing. The rotation and pressure that you see here going on, basically it's counterclockwise. And if the barometer is low, then it's even worse. Hurricane season, I says 3 months down the road. I believe it's June 1st through November 31st. We're almost February, March. It's right around the corner. Why is it so important to talk about it? Why proactive? Because now if you get your shutters, it's the most inexpensive time to buy them, right now. Go ahead and wait a month from the hurricane season, see how much they're going to charge you. Or worse, wait until the hurricane season starts. Watch versus warning. All of you must have heard this before, but it's very important to know the difference between the hurricane watch and warning. Even the watch and warning, there is a difference. There's only a 12-hour difference between one and the other. One is 36 hours away, one is 24 hours away. As far as I'm concerned, if I see watch, I start getting ready. I don't wait. The conditions needed to develop are the oceans have to be warm, and little to no wind, obviously. And again, this goes back to the pressure. Again, you can go and check. There has been anomalies, and sometimes maybe it says at least 5 degrees north or south equator. It's been 2, take that minus 2 plus 2, because it changes the time. Okay? There is anomalies out there. Again, the major source of a hurricane, it's our beautiful Florida, right? It's so nice and warm. We love it. We love being here. But what's the problem with that? All that heat eventually goes up, and it generates. That evaporation gives it that force mass, and that's why most of them come to our shores. The anatomy of a hurricane. If you can see here, the eye of the ocean and the eye wall, and this eye wall right there, when you're inside of it and you want to walk outside, don't do it. It's so peaceful, but don't do it. Those of you that were around Andrew time, some people walked out and said, "Oh, look, it's great." The eye was passing through. And they said, "Well, it's getting dark again." Don't do it. But it's the most serene and peaceful sight you've ever seen if you've gone through that. Again, this is another picture of how the eye wall is created. Some terms, tropical disturbance, tropical wave, and tropical depression. It has to do with, there's some comparison of terms. The biggest one you really want to worry about is really the circulation that's going on here. The bigger circulation and the mass gets bigger. And of course the one that we most worry about is the hurricane. Until that eye is fully developed for a period of time, after 74 miles an hour, then it's considered a hurricane. This was the prediction of cone that we have seen. This is Wilma, one of the biggest ones we had. And again, this is just a prediction. It could always move from one way to the other. Two factors is the wind speed and the barometric pressure. Now, the lower again the pressure, then the speed will turn up. Saffir-Simpson scale is basically the categories and what speeds are. Maximum is 5. Anything 155 or higher is really what we are mostly concerned about. But anything after 3, it could be very damaging. Again, the basic damage is 3: winds, flooding, and storm surge. Here in Florida, we have lots of flooding, and you know that's what really hurts the most. But most of us think of Florida. There's other areas in the country that the storm surge can happen. It has happened before. What destroys a hurricane? Well, basically strong vertical winds. If the water is not warm anymore, once it comes to land, you all know it slows down. And again, if it has a lack of moisture. These are basically the names for this hurricane season coming up. If you see any familiar name there, but this is for this season. Protection. The biggest thing to protect yourself is listen to the warnings, take all warnings serious, and again, be proactive. Don't wait till a week out to start getting ready for it. And this is a video that I won't be playing. How do I wrap this up? What does proactive really mean? I'm going to say what John Kennedy said that everyone knows so well. Is don't ask what your country can do for you. What can you do for your country? I say, don't worry about the government helping us. Let us be prepared first. Let us get the water, get all the things we need. So when a hurricane does come, we'll be ready for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.